Hello and welcome. In this math tutorial, our task is to find the real values of x that satisfy this radical equation. Now, to solve this problem, let us remember that these two square roots must always be positive. And notice also that the domain restrictions that satisfy this must also satisfy that. So, from here, we have that x plus 1 over x minus 1 must be greater than or equal to 0. Now, to solve this inequality, let us find the critical points. From the numerator, we have x plus 1 equal to 0. And of course, from here, we have x equal to minus 1. From the denominator, we have x minus 1 equal to 0. And from here, we have x equal to 1. Now, these two critical points, that is 1 and minus 1, divide the x-axis into three regions. Let this be the point 1, and let this be the point minus 1. So we have the three regions, A, B, and C. Now, what we are going to do is that we will choose arbitrary x values from each of these three regions. Substitute that x value into this inequality and see which values and hence which regions satisfy this inequality. Now, from here, let us take the value x equal to 2. From here, let us take the value x equal to 0. And from here, let us take the value x equal to minus 2. Let us start with this. When x is equal to minus 2, then in this we have minus 2 plus 1 over minus 2 minus 1. Now, minus 2 plus 1 is minus 1, and minus 2 minus 1 is minus 3. Now, this is equal to 1 over 3. You can see that this is positive. So that means that values of x that lie in region A satisfy this inequality. When x is equal to 0, we have 0 plus 1 over 0 minus 1. This is equal to 1 over minus 1, which is equal to minus 1. This is negative. So that simply means that values of x that lie within region B do not satisfy this inequality. And finally, when x is equal to 2, we have 2 plus 1 over 2 minus 1. This is equal to 3 over 1, which is 3. Of course, this is positive. So that means that values of x within region C satisfy this inequality. So we have that here. We have from minus infinity to minus 1. So x must be less than or equal to minus 1. Now, this area is unwanted. And here we have that x must be greater than 1. Note that I did not say greater than or equal to because we know that because of this denominator, x must not be equal to 1. Because when x is equal to 1, then we have 1 minus 1, which is 0. And you know that we cannot divide by 0. So any value of x that satisfies this radical equation must either be less than or equal to minus 1 or greater than 1. Now, the next thing we are going to do is to get rid of these two square roots. And of course, to do that, we square both sides of this equation. When we square the left-hand side, we have x squared minus 1. And when we square the right-hand side, we have x plus 5 squared times x plus 1 over x minus 1. Now let us get rid of this fraction on the right-hand side. To do that, we multiply both sides of this equation by x minus 1. When we do that, we have x squared minus 1 times x minus 1, and this is equal to x plus 5 squared times x plus 1. Now look at this. You know that we can write 1 as 1 squared. And when we do this, we now have the difference of two squares. And you know how we factorize this. This can be factorized as x plus 1 times x minus 1. Here we have x minus 1. And on the right hand side, we have x plus 5 squared times x plus 1. Now we have two of this. So we can write this as x plus 1 times x minus 1 squared. And this is equal to x plus 5 squared times x plus 1. Now let us move these two terms over to the left hand side. When we do that, we have x plus 1 times x minus 1 squared minus x plus 5 squared times x plus 1 is equal to 0. Now, when you look at these two terms, you're going to see a common factor, x plus 1. So we can factorize that. We have x plus 1 into, when you divide this by x plus 1, you are left with x minus 1 squared. When you divide this by x plus 1, you are left with x plus 5 squared. And of course, this is equal to 0. And of course, from here, we can conclude that either x plus 1 is equal to 0 or x minus 1 squared minus x plus 5 squared is equal to 0. Now, of course, from here we have that x is equal to minus 1. So already we have found one value of x that satisfies this radical equation, that is minus 1. Now let us look at this. It's very easy to see the difference of two squares, and you know how we factorize this. We can factorize this as x minus 1 plus x plus 5 times x minus 1 minus x plus 5, and this is equal to 0. And of course, now it's very easy to see from here that either x minus 1 plus x plus 5 is equal to 0 or x minus 1 minus x minus 5 is equal to 0. Now let us look at the first equation. We have x plus x, which is 2x. We have minus 1 plus 5, which is plus 4, is equal to 0. Now from here we have 2x is equal to minus 4. Dividing both sides by 2, we have that x is equal to minus 4 over 2, which is equal to minus 2. So we have found a second value of x that satisfies this radical equation, that is x equal to minus 2. And when we look at the second equation, we have x minus x, which is equal to 0. Then we have minus 1 minus 5, which is equal to minus 6, and this is equal to 0. Now, this equation really does not make sense. So the only two values of x that satisfy this radical equation are x equal to minus 1 and x equal to minus 2. Of course, you can see that both of these values of x fall within this range. They are both less than or equal to minus 1. And with that, we come to the end of this tutorial. I hope you learned something new. If you enjoy such content, please subscribe to the channel. Leave us a thumbs up and a comment to support the channel. Thanks for watching, and watch more videos here.